Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 10.
Now at 10, the power of prayer.
Know these things can happen, but you don't expect it to happen to you.
An 11-year-old making a miraculous recovery. How the support around her helped carry her through a life-threatening illness. Then, a space to succeed.
Imagining all of the children and families who will walk through these doors.
A long-awaited new community center opening its doors in East Lincoln. What leaders say this space could mean for generations of families. Plus, close to the crisis, a Nebraska National Guard training mission quickly turning into a wildfire response. How crews near Oconto helped drop thousands of gallons of water on the wildfire. And choosing the good life.
It's been a great life. It's not the good life, it's the great life.
A veterinary couple turning down opportunities elsewhere to build their life in rural Nebraska. How that then turned into a reality show. Tonight, only on 8, a medical mystery that one Catholic community says was solved by faith.
What we do know is that, God shown his grace upon her.
A Lincoln student makes a full recovery after facing death. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Rod Fowler. You know, you often hear about medical mysteries that doctors struggle to solve, but tonight, a church is speaking out about the power of prayer. Danielle Da Silva visited the student's school to speak with her priest and classmates. Danielle?
Rod, this is the story of a very sick sixth grader who suddenly couldn't talk, walk, or eat. The church giving her her last rites, but the community didn't stop praying for recovery, and what happened next was exactly that. Nearly a full recovery, ironically happening during the holiest time of year for the Christian faith.
We believe in the power of prayer. We believe in the reality of miracles, unexplainable, from science, from medicine.
Monsignor Thomas Fusinaro is a priest at the Cathedral of the Risen Christ School in Lincoln, where 11-year-old Mila Wynn attended. Before learning that Mila became ill and would be leaving school right before Holy Week began, he says he saw her as an academic superstar who was kind to all, an absence that would be felt. Classmate Cecilia Peace couldn't believe it.
You always know these things can happen, but you don't expect it to happen to you. The only thing you could do is pray.
Medical experts feared Mila was headed towards death.
We really feared that we were going to lose Mila, and she just simply wasn't responding. There was so much pressure on the brain. There was discussions about if they would need to do a craniotomy.
Filled with faith, they encouraged Mila's family, classmates, and the large Vietnamese community she's a part of to keep praying.
In that hospital room at Children's Hospital, the whole gamut. Children, little children praying, and 90-year-old elders in the community, and praying the Chaplet of Divine Mercy, praying along with the family.
Prayers also sent by Mila's classmates.
We started making spiritual bouquets right when we first found out she was sick.
Boys Town priest Monsignor Guild also there, encouraging to pray through the intercession of Father Flanagan, a specific prayer for miracles. And just as suddenly as her sickness began, her symptoms began to go away.
We began to see really later in Holy Week some signs that, of some progress, the little signs of assistance.
Then after Easter, what's referred to as a celebration of God's healing, more improvements came. Doctors could not explain it.
God has other plans, and with the passage of those days, again, just each day brought with it more signs of hope, more signs of healing and progress.
Mila began to eat, talk, and pray, sending her school principal this audio clip from today.
Without me, you can do nothing. John 15.
Mila is said to be days away from being right back at school. As for any gaps to her academic track, well, the Monsignor tells me not possible, thanks to her big sister Myra bringing her her books and 2 certified teachers working with Mila, who's currently at Madonna Hospital in Omaha. We're wishing her a safe return. Reporting in the studio, Danielle Da Silva, Channel 8 News.
Quite a story. Thank you, Danielle. New labor numbers are showing Nebraska still outpacing the country, but one county here in the state continues to struggle. Nebraska's March unemployment rate held steady at 3.1%, well below the national rate of 4.3%. But in Lexington and Dawson County, they are hurting after the Tyson plant shut down. The county struggling with an unemployment rate sitting nearly 20%. Statewide, the numbers show more than 1 million Nebraskans remain employed. Closer to home, Lancaster County fell to 2.7%. Let's get a look at your first forecast as we hit the middle of the work week today. We all know how much Rusty loves a good sunset, and tonight did not disappoint. Take a look, Rusty. Wait for it. Well, we're not going to see it. Talk about a letdown, right?
Wow.
Maybe we can pull it up for final forecast. I don't know. Here's a view from our network of cameras. Sounds like in some parts of Nebraska, though, tonight, it's going to get downright cold. Let's check in with Rusty for more.
I'm really disappointed.
I know. I
had me all going. I'm like, yes, let's see it. I did. There was a really good one, though. I posted it on my Facebook page. You can go there. I got right as the sun set at 8:29 this evening. It was really cool. So maybe that's what you were going to show me. Here's what it looks like outside right now. 27th and Yankee Hill Road. Honda of Lincoln Cam, a little bit of flutter on the cloud, or on the flag going on there. We have temperatures that are, well, okay, 50 degrees, a calm wind, that helps. Well, not entirely calm. The flag is fluttering a little bit. We do have mostly to partly cloudy skies. Clear skies off to the west, and temperatures dropping into the 40s and 50s. We're at 50 in the capital city right now with just a light wind out of the southwest, 5 to 15 miles per hour. The forecast over the next few hours dropping to around 40 in the capital city, so I think we'll avoid frost or freezing temperatures in eastern Nebraska, and then temperatures getting back into the middle 60s by noon. There is a chance for some freezing temperatures, though, on the western half of the state. More on that coming up in the full forecast.
Thank you, Rusty. Breaking now, a domestic disturbance in Cass County ends with a deadly crash near Elmwood. Deputies say a woman called 911 reporting her husband was ramming her car and trying to run her off the road near Highway 1. They say the suspect, 65-year-old Kevin LePage of Eagle, later crashed into an outbuilding near Elmwood after driving through a field. They say he was found dead in his car. The investigation continues tonight. New at 10, Nebraska agriculture groups urging President Trump to keep a major trade deal in place. They're voicing their support for renewing the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement, saying it's critical to Nebraska farmers and rural communities. The letter signed by several ag groups says Mexico and Canada remain two of Nebraska's most important trade partners. They say the agreement helps keep U.S. ag products competitive through zero tariff trade while supporting more than $1.6 billion in Nebraska agriculture exports. New details now, a staple for young people in Lincoln finding new life tonight. This new opportunity will be a place for the future of Lincoln to grow and shine. Channel 8's Jake Holman joins us now. And Jake, there was a ribbon cutting at this event. Tell us more about it.
Hey, Rod, this new community center means a whole lot. Well, how much? Enough for this many people to show. I mean, hundreds of people were in attendance, eagerly waiting to see the insides of this brand new facility. And it's a day that many will never forget.
1, 2, 3.
A ribbon cut, a community center reborn.
We're not just opening a building. We're opening doors. Doors to hope.
The Malone Community Center was torn down 2 years ago to be rebuilt into something bigger and better. The new facility in East Lincoln spreads out 54,000 square feet, almost 3 times as big as the old center. Both Governor Jim Pillen and Mayor of Lincoln, Laron Gaylor Baird, in attendance for the historic moment and speaking on how much this new center is needed.
This is a gigantic day for everyone, for our community, for our state, and leadership matters.
Imagining all of the children and families who will walk through these doors and have their lives change for the better. The kids who are going to work on their jump shots in the gym, and the students who will build projects in the STEM Center.
The center at 21st and U will provide childcare, after-school programs, and so much more. It will be a place for growth while focusing on combating poverty and promoting unity and prosperity. John Goodwin, the CEO of the center, has big dreams in store.
This place was built for you. It was built for you in mind, for you to dream, for you to come inside and create. We are creators. We're not duplicators. We were born to create. And this is a space to where you come in to understand who you really are.
Now, Governor Jim Pillen didn't just vocally support this new facility today. He says the state donated $5 million to make this project happen. So really cool to kind of see this community center come back to life. Now reporting here in the newsroom, Jake Coleman, Channel 8 News.
All right. Thank you, Jake. Tonight, we recognize television pioneer Ted Turner, who has died, perhaps best known for creating CNN.
I dedicate the news channel for America, the cable news network.
CNN, the first 24-hour news channel starting back in 1980. I remember it well. Turner's wealth led him to own several sporting teams, including the Atlanta Braves. He was also a famed environmentalist, a philanthropist, pledging $1 billion to create the UN Foundation. Ted Turner was 87 years old. Now, he was also a huge figure here in Nebraska, owning and managing 500,000 acres of land across several ranches in the state. He owns around 2 million acres in North America, making him one of the largest individual landowners on the continent. On his Blue Creek Ranch on the edge of the Sandhills, he focused on conservation, protecting more than 5,000 bison. He was a major figure in sustainable ranching and ecological research for the state. Coming up after the break, battle against the blaze, a behind-the-scenes look at how Nebraska crews mobilized to stop thousands of acres from burning. And all new tomorrow morning, pedaling into new territory. Tour de Nebraska is changing its route this summer. Why organizers say the change will put more of small-town Nebraska in the spotlight. That's tomorrow morning at 5, 6, and 11 a.m.
Hopefully they have really good weather for that bike ride. It was nice today. Temperatures going to be on the way up, though, as we head through the next several days, way up next week. A forecast when we come back.
New at 10, right place at the right time. A training mission turning into Nebraska National Guard crews jumping into action to help battle the Pressy fires near Oconto. State officials saying today the National Guard aviators were training just 8 miles away when they heard of the wildfires. Over 3 days, Black Hawk helicopters dropped more than 54,000 gallons of water, helping crews slow the fire as dry and windy conditions persisted. The Pressy fire in Custer County burned nearly 10,000 acres. New tonight, a rural Nebraska veterinary couple is sharing how life in small-town Nebraska turned into a national TV show. Ben and Erin Schroeder run a vet clinic in Northeast Nebraska, but many viewers may also recognize them from the National Geographic series called Heartland Docs DVM.
We go on dates.
We go on dates.
In our vet truck.
Yeah.
You know, that's how we do it. We go, okay, let's go sew up this prolapse, and then we'll grab some supper on the way home. And that's just how we've lived.
They own Cedar County Veterinary Clinic in Hardington, and the couple says their life in rural Nebraska became something worth showcasing. Their unique rural practice eventually caught the attention of National Geographic, leading to 5 seasons of Heartland Docs DVM. The show not only followed their work with animals, but also showcased life in small-town Nebraska to a national audience.
Like if you choose Nebraska, and especially rural Nebraska, it's like, well, how can we help you make this work? And I think that is the difference. It's been a great life. It's not the good life, it's the great life.
You bet. Erin moved to Nebraska from upstate New York. After meeting Ben at veterinary school, they had opportunities to live elsewhere, but chose to build their family and careers here in Nebraska. They say the support they found in rural communities made the decision easy. Well, right now, Lincoln is challenging businesses to think local. The city is kicking off its 2nd annual Mayor's Local Food Challenge. It encourages businesses, schools, and restaurants to buy more food from local farmers and producers. The challenge works with participating organizations who then can earn different levels of recognition based on how many local food orders they place. City leaders say the program helps support Nebraska farmers, strengthens the local economy, and improves access to fresh food. Businesses, schools, and restaurants across Lincoln are all encouraged to take part.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
The high today was a little below average. 71's our normal high, so what is that, 8 degrees away from it, and 37, we were about 10 degrees below that, and only 10 degrees away from the record low. Kind of a weird day. Record high is 95 though, nowhere close to that. Slow going around the orange cones this evening with a 48th and Cornhusker Highway ABC seamless cam. Yeah, things have really slowed down. You should see this though around noon. People are buzzing through there, going really fast. Pretty slow going this evening though. Temperatures right now, 40s and 50s. We're at 50 in Lincoln, 52 Grand Island, but the 40s, basically the western half of the state. And that's where the cold air is expected to be early tomorrow morning. This side of the state, though, from Grand Island to Lincoln to Falls City to Omaha, I think we should avoid the frost and freeze. But you go just a little further west, and well, I'll show you that map here in just a second. The wind is calm. We have just a little bit of a southwest wind, 5, 6, maybe up to 13 miles per hour. The entire state, really not a whole lot of wind either as of 10:18 this evening. A few clouds here and there, no precipitation, none expected. In fact, a visible satellite with radar. I was showing those poofy clouds earlier. There they were. One quick look, right there. All of the cumulus clouds, the fair weather Q. Yeah, those were cool this afternoon. And then as soon as the sun went down, they all dissipated. And sure enough, we've got mostly clear skies out there now. And that's the way it's going to stay. Now, we do have a little bit of a precipitation chance right there as we head into Thursday afternoon, tomorrow afternoon, some scattered showers and thunderstorms in western Nebraska. That wave of energy will try to push into eastern Nebraska by very early Friday morning, so a spot shower is possible as we get up very early Friday morning between 6 and 8 o'clock in the morning, maybe a sprinkle or two. in eastern Nebraska. Doesn't last long. We'll see mostly clear skies as we get into the late morning and early afternoon hours. So partly cloudy to mostly clear now, and that patchy frost, especially further west, 38 degrees northwest wind at 5 to 15. There's your 30s, upper 30s to around 40, and then just over there, that's where your frost advisory is at, from Greeley over towards Kearney, just west of Grand Island, Hastings, and Red Cloud, and then it turns into a freeze warning. Both of these are for tomorrow morning. Temperatures a little colder here and just cold enough for the frost potential in the light blue shaded area. But we warm up quickly, 72 degrees after that chilly start, mostly sunny skies, bit of a southwest breeze. Highs tomorrow, lower 70s. It's my favorite high temperature. I love this time of year when we can get 72 degrees. That's always a top 10 day for me, except it's a little too cold of a start for it to be top 10. Early shower that Friday morning that we were just talking about. Storms possible on Saturday, but Mother's Day, another 72. Perfect day for mom. And then 80s come back. So if mom likes the 80s, well, here you go. Just give her this for Mother's Day. Lots and lots of 80s all the way through next week. Rod, I kind of stumped you last night on the country music song question. So here's hopefully an easier one. Springtime brings tulips. Who sang Tiptoe Through the Tulips?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
George Jones, Tiny Tim, Patsy Cline, or Tammy Wynette?
You know, I met this gentleman years ago when I worked for an ABC station in Des Moines. We had a kind of a telethon to raise money for children, and he actually came to help host it with us.
Really?
It's Tiny Tim.
That's absolutely right. I figured you'd know that one. It peaked at number 17 on the U.S. charts way back when.
There you go. Thank you so much, buddy. Hey, Rusty, we promised you that beautiful sunset tonight, and we, of course, did
There
one.
it is.
Yeah.
That's the stuff right there.
This is the view from our tower cam earlier this evening. This is pointing towards the west, northwest. Just a picture-perfect way to close out. Look at that orange there.
Yeah, that's good.
And the pink. All right. Was it worth waiting, Rusty?
Yes.
All right. Now we're going to head into the sports zone. Nate, girls district soccer finals were going on today.
Yeah, they sure were. We got a lot to talk about there. And we're going to be talking some golf. One Husker making history. Stick around for the latest on Rudy Soutrunk after the break.
Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Green's Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports with Sports Director Nate Johnson. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to the Sports Zone this evening. It's Nate Johnson rocking with you. And today we start with Nebraska golf as one Husker is making some history. Rudy Southram became the first Husker men's golfer since 2017 to earn its NCAA regional berth for the field in 2026 NCAA Men's Golf Regional Championship, which were announced today. And not only that, but he also became the first Husker in history to earn first-team All-Big Ten honors earlier today as well. The NCAA regional play is from Monday, May 18th through Wednesday, May 20th, and he will be one of 5 individuals in the Marana Regional at the Gallery Golf Club in Marana, Arizona. So a huge congrats to Rudy. Let's talk some Nebraska softball news. Of course, the Big Ten tournament is this week, but this coming Sunday, fans are invited to join the Nebraska softball team at Bowling Stadium for a free NCAA selection show watch party. Doors will open at 5 p.m. and the show begins at 6 p.m. Nebraska will see where they land in this year's NCAA tournament. Pretty cool way for Nebraska softball to involve the fans. As we learn more about this event, we'll, of course, keep you updated. But speaking of softball updates, Nebraska's opponent in the Big Ten tournament tomorrow will be Michigan. The Wolverines, they took care of business against Ohio State today, winning 9-0 in 5 innings. It was game day for plenty of our Class A schools today, hoping to punch their ticket to Omaha and keep their seasons alive. Lincoln Southwest, Lincoln Pius X, hoping to make a run once again at a title game. Lincoln East played earlier today, more on that in a second, and Lincoln Southwest was taking on Columbus at Seacrest today. The Silverhawks, they can straight up play. They showed it again tonight, looking to make it back to Omaha and shoot for another title at Morrison. Here's a look at some of the scores from today. A lot of them, a lot of action going on. Millard South beat Lincoln East 4-1. Marion beat Fremont 9-0. Lincoln Southwest 10-1 over Columbus to punch their ticket back to Omaha. And Lincoln Southeast with the finals in PKs over Papillion La Vista South there. Pretty big win for them. And then Norris and Pius X will play later on this week. We'll find the head of the Major League Baseball for a second because former Husker Bryce Matthews teed up his first career leadoff home run today against the Dodgers. And not only that, but it was against Tyler Glasnow, pretty good pitcher. First run of the game for Houston. It was Bryce's 4th overall home run. The Astros, though, struggled the rest of the game. This score, one of just 2 all day. Matthews finished the afternoon 1-4 in that leadoff spot. But you love to see that from the former Husker, the final of the day, 12-2 Dodgers. And that's going to do it for sports tonight. Rod will go ahead and send things back over to you.
Let's hope it's the first of many to come. Thank you, Nate. Final check of your forecast coming up next. New at 10, one special phone call making big memories for Wahoo preschoolers. They got a special surprise this week, a video call from Husker guard Sam Hoiberg. While Hoiberg couldn't make it to the classroom in person because of travel, he still took time out of his day to connect with the preschool class. The moment comes after students celebrated Sam Hoiberg Day. See, right there, some young mini Sam Hoibergs dressing up as their one of their favorites. All right. You know, I really respect these athletes that take time out to visit with the kids, go to the hospital, stuff like that. Good for them. All right, Rusty, how cold is it going to get in some parts of the state tonight?
Chilly for all of us. I think the coldest will be in south central and western Nebraska, where there's a freeze warnings and frost advisories. Temperatures in the 50s. 40s and 50s. Tomorrow morning, notice the freezing temperatures off to the west. I think we stay just above that mark in the upper 30s and lower 40s early tomorrow morning, but we rebound nicely after the frost advisory and freeze warning. We'll see those high temperatures in the 70s across the state. Woohoo!
Thank you so much, Rusty. Thank you for joining us. Andrew in Houston, they're going to be here tomorrow morning starting at 5 o'clock. Jimmy Kimmel's up next. Have a great night. See you tomorrow.
The Amigos Yankee, reinventing the ordinary hot dog. Crispy cheesy original and bold jalapeno popper. At Amigos, where food is fun.
Let your voice be heard by sharing your photos and videos to the Now Local News app. Earn points and redeem them for gift cards. Scan the QR code to join.